Hey guys, Mark from Parkflyers. So today we're looking at a Kraton 8S Scorched Edition. Essentially what this is a car that I would build for myself. It's very sensibly built. There's nothing overbuilt on this. It's just all the upgrades you need and nothing you don't. It doesn't break the bank, and it's one of the builds I think is going to appeal to a lot of my viewers. The first thing you want to do on this car is get rid of the stock wheels and tires. In my opinion, they're good, but they're not great. The mashers from Poline, these have been on back order for 3 months. For good reason. They sold out everywhere. We just got a whole bunch of them in, and we're actually selling them out pretty quick. It's the best wheel and tire for any fit scale car. If you have an XRT, if you have an Outcast 8S, if you have an X-Max, just go and buy this tire. You're going to thank me after you get it. The contact patch is flat, which is really what I like. It makes the car drives very precise. The steering, the feeling, everything, the overall drive just goes up when you have that flat contact patch. It's a grippy compounded rubber. It's perfect for what it is. A lot of these tires that are coming now from other companies, they're overweight. They really stress out the drivetrain and they wreak havoc on your differentials over time. This wheel and tire is absolutely perfect. If you would ask me what is the perfect wheel and tire for a fit scale, this is it. End of story. Just go and get these. If you have, a Kraton 8S and you want to make it drive better, put these on your car and you'll thank me. The other thing that we went with on this car are the Scorched RC parts. Now, Scorched RC is a company out of England. The gentleman that makes these parts is an absolute genius. And we're going to look at the first one here. This is the front steering knuckle. It's absolutely a work of art. It's just beautifully made. I don't know what this gentleman does in his other spare time, but it can't be that this was just created for RC. He's probably in the aerospace or maybe makes parts for Formula One racing cars, but the attention to detail and the materials that he uses on these parts are second to none. They're just unbelievable. Just to give you an example, the pivot balls that go in here are titanium, and they're coated with a PVD coating so that it ends up being extremely smooth, and they articulate very well. So these are much lighter than the steel balls that come stock, so they're much lighter, and actually they have less friction. Then he puts a Delrin lining inside this steering knuckle, so that it just takes this thing over the top, and it's machined to perfection. If you look at it, it just looks like a high-end watch. I don't know, high-end piece, just something high-end. It's just beautiful, and I love to look at it. The rear carrier is of the same quality. The ball bearings that he uses in all his parts are top-notch. There's nothing cheap in anything that he does, and it's really a beautiful addition to the car. It doesn't break the bank. These are not terribly expensive parts. You order them directly from England. He'll ship them to you. You get them in a couple days. The other thing we did on the car was replaced all the A-arms with RPM A-arms. They're going to be a lot more durable than the stock arms. Another upgrade we did on the car is the Scorched RC Racing Rotolock motor mount. It's it's machined to perfection. It has 3 screw mounting points for the motor. The motor goes in there. Very easy to adjust. You have 2 screws, and basically the motor will swivel on an axis if you want to adjust the pinion. It's very, very precise, very accurate, and a very well-made part. And basically, the last thing that we did on the car, which is needed, is a hot racing servo saver. So if you look in here, it's made out of machined aluminum, much better than the stock servo saver. I don't like the stock when it's plastic. A lot of people break theirs. Put this in your car, and just basically, you're never going to need to replace this again. It's made like a tank. It goes right onto the stock servo spline. No modifications are needed. And again, it's just a beautiful piece. So that wraps it up. It's very simple. All these upgrades make a much better drive. The car drives, I would say, 50% better than a stock Arrma Kraton 8S. And just they're very, very small amount of parts here. Nothing crazy. The other thing that you can see that we did, inside the shocks, we put the M2C pistons. They're good for pack. Basically, they slow down the shock rate, which is basically designed for big jumps. So it slows down the rate, makes the car not bottom out when you're hitting the big stuff. And that is in the car. You can't see it in here, but they're really good. So M2C makes the best pistons, and we use them almost in every custom build that we do, because a lot of our customers are bashing and jumping. And the other thing that we did, we have to mention it, is that we changed out to the speed pinion, which is a 29 tooth pinion. The stock pinion that comes in the car is really very slow. Even on 8S, it's very, very slow. Also, the brakes out of the box are not strong enough for my taste. I went into the computer and I bumped them up one level. the punch that they said from the factory is perfect. You can go one up and just get a little bit more zest off the line. I'm just telling you now, this car with the Masher, the Proline Masher wheels and tires on it, is, if you just did the wheels and tires, it is a completely different driving experience than the stock tires. That's how good these tires are. So you want to grab these for sure. I'm not exaggerating when I tell you this car drives a lot better with it. So the drivability and the durability of the car is nicely enhanced. You have really nice components throughout the car. The reason why I don't go crazy on the Crane 8S is I think they improved it so much from the factory that you really don't need a different motor and speed control. You don't need different shocks. You don't need, I mean, the fan on the motor is just beautiful. Everything just works really nice. They upgraded this car. This is like, I think it's the third version that they have of this car, and it's the latest version. So they upgraded the servo, upgraded the motor and speed control. And the truth is, you don't need to spend a ton of money on these cars now. They're coming really good from the factory. So like I said, more power is not needed. It comes with just the right amount of power out of the box, but you do want to do the small tweaks I spoke about in this video. If you want this built for you, I can put one together for you. Call Mark at 1-800-470-8932 or email marc@parkflyers.com, marc@parkflyers.com. We'd love to help you get one of these in your hands. This is a fantastic item. Again, this is what I would build for myself. It is a minimalistic, upgraded car that doesn't break the bank. A lot of people in this economy are telling me that, you know, they can't afford the mega builds that I do. And I actually, I myself, you know, I'm not going to do a mega build for myself either. I do those for special clients. But when it comes to myself, this would be a car that I would put together and I wouldn't feel guilty driving it. Just a great package. Drives a lot better than a stock Crane. Anyway, signing off, Mark from parkflyers.com. We'll see you on the next one and have a great day.